good day. I almost started to have y'all stretching with me today. When I say last night, the stretching, the just getting the weight off your shoulders, like that's one of the best nightly routines ever. When I say your sleep is going to be beautiful, it's some of the most beautiful sleep that you'll ever. Real life. Hey, I'm Shay. What I have is my personal knowledge and opinion. Only law is the universal law. Universal law. And I state that because that's my disclaimer, because I speak from my experience. And I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. The only thing I'm here to do is help those who I can help. And for anybody that I am not supposed to help, I'm just supposed to be an example. So it just is what it is. And also that's one way that you help protect your own energy. Stop thinking that you can fix people, and just because the person or people, not even just a person, people have potential, it doesn't mean that they are ready to walk in that. And it also does not mean that that's something that they'll ever activate in themselves. So you just gotta let life be life, you know what I mean? And that's what anybody in your life, from the person you love to a stranger on the street, you know what I mean? Some people, you know, your assignment is different. Maybe your assignment is to wait on the car to pass. Maybe your assignment is to push, but that's not for me. Definitely not. Because sometimes with people like me, you can be that sponge that I talked about. So just be mindful of protecting your energy and making sure that you are keeping it kosher. I would stop saying keeping it kosher. Making sure that you are keeping it, you know, at a level that's healthy for you. And for them too, because sometimes if you try to do so much, you stunt people's growth. It's like having a crutch. You keep handing them a crutch every time they're about to fall. They'll never know what it feels like to bust that, you know. But to fall and get hurt, man. They'll learn how to come back up on their own. So that's my starter for the day. I had some interesting dreams though. Very interesting. Y'all wait on me to tell y'all about them? Nah. Nah, certain things I'm just gonna stop sharing in general. Unless there's something that needs to be shared, you feel me? But nah, nothing needed to be shared, so I'm not gonna really share anything, but I am gonna just say it was interesting though, for sure. It really was. Yesterday was a pretty good day. Let me tell y'all about the disaster. So I normally well, not normally. I'm thinking about when I was doing it. So I'm just gonna go back. So I used to make like vegan. I just say, what did I tell my mama yesterday? Look, I'm a little discombobulated, so give me a minute, because when I say my sleep was good and my sleep was deep, it was all of the above. So give me a second. Baby, let me just tell you this. Black bean and walnut burgers. And I'm trying to see, because I think I've changed it up each time I've done it. So when I was doing it at first, I would mess up, and I think it's because I may have had it too high, and then sometimes it was too low. So being that I have not done it in so long, and I'm not sure if it was too much water that just couldn't get soaked up before, I have absolutely no clue, because I already was just like, I was already just like with it all, because I'm like, man, you know how you want something and it's a thing that you forget you have to experiment with. As you see, girl, they be up and through here. You know what's wrong with them, bro. So, yeah, they got places to go, honey. But anyway, so it's been a while since I've tried them, long story short. And back in the past, sometimes it would take me a couple times to get the temperature right. I may have put too much grease. I think that's another thing. And yeah, so it's a couple things. It was a certain technique to doing it, but I have not done it in so long that when I went back into it, it was OD. It was over with. So it just turned into crumble. I have to go back in my memory bank and think about what was I using at first, and just thinking about my method. Anyway, honey, it turned into crumble, and it basically was ash, and it almost pretty much cooked one thing I did do differently is I boiled, so I soaked the walnuts and the black beans first, and then I went and boiled them to try to cook them down some. And maybe that's the problem, because typically I don't do that, but I don't like that because it'd be a little too hard. So what I think I'm going to do next time is just the black beans, just soften it up a little bit, and then have the walnut to keep its shape. Maybe, I don't know. We're gonna try, play around with it. And I'm gonna have to write it down this time, what worked, just so I know when I come back next time it's good. Because usually it's pretty good. It's just cooking it right. It's getting that right. Other than that being a disaster, I still ate most of it, and the flavor was pretty much like, I know what I put in it. In certain parts you can taste that. In other parts you just taste burnt. I almost just said forget it and went and got some salmon patties. Made some salmon and made some salmon burgers, but that went how it went. So I don't know what's on the menu for today. I really don't have anything in mind, and I really don't even have a care. I just really want some fruits. That's my only thing. Speaking of that, I might go and give me an orange in a minute. But that's the only thing really I want. I'm really disappointed in my burger last night, because I really did want the burger, but I really forgot that it is a science to making these patties. And I don't deal with the other stuff, the Beyond Thick, Beyond M, Beyond, you know what it is if you in the community. I guess you would say, girl, I don't know. For me, I'm not a vegetarian. I'm not a vegan. At this point, my meats are, so I have a Jamaican beef patty. So that's why I have a little beef. I have one of those probably every once in a while, unless I'm going to, which ultimately I'm transitioning over. But it's been through time, honestly. And then maybe I might never stop. I don't know, but I would love to. That's the goal. So I'm gonna speak differently, which we in motion. But at this time, Jamaican beef patty, so that's what my beef coming in at. I may every once in a while have a hamburger, but the problem with that is now, for sure, it stay in my body too long and it stinks. Like whatever you eat comes out of your pores, it stinks. I don't like it. I don't really like how that comes out, so it's because it's rotten in you, but yeah. So the Jamaican beef patty, I ate that yesterday with some vegetables. So the other thing is them dang chicken wings. And the last thing is salmon. So that's kind of what my meat is coming in at when it comes to eating. And for everything else, it's pretty much just quinoa, beans, peas, regular stuff like cucumbers, salad, spinach, cabbage, greens, all different kind of greens. So that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? The typical sweet potato. We know what you eat in America. You know what they feed us. So yeah, that's kind of the speed. What are y'all doing? Like, are y'all transitioning to try to be more on the vegan side, or y'all just eating healthier in general? Like you're really figuring out what your body likes and what your body does not like. Because my body actually don't do bad with salmon. I know they say women are supposed to eat seafood, but salmon has been kind of on the good side for me. Like I got some little fried shrimp, but honestly, eating shrimp by itself now is just like too chewy almost. I'll eat crab meat if I'm eating like a sushi roll. I'm I'm establishing new food rules for myself just because my body has been talking to me. My body has been talking to me. So just as time go by, certain things I'm just gonna stay away from. Certain things I might just eat every blue moon. Some things I'm gonna have to listen to my ancestors when they telling me. It's like, yeah. But my biggest thing is like it's eating at home even more, because horrible, bro. Horrible. So I'm getting myself back in the mood for constantly cooking different things to make sure I'm getting some vegetables and getting my herbs and all of that good stuff. The garden right now, it's like it's growing, but it's like it's taking its time. I don't know if it's because I'm in its business, because when I'm not in its business, it do what it needs to do. I'm trying to see if it's going to be raining on today. It said it was going to rain yesterday. I don't remember seeing any rain. My grass got cut yesterday, but I don't remember seeing any rain. I'm supposed to have work to do on Saturday. It's supposed to be raining until like Tuesday, and Monday is a holiday, so it's like, okay, I'm off Monday. So for me, I'm just like, whatever. You know, for me, it's whatever. But I would love this Saturday to be the Saturday to go ahead and get what we need to get done, because I don't want to try to do it throughout the week. I would prefer to go ahead and get it done on the weekends where I know I have much more time to spend getting it done. I'm looking out the window. The blind's not even open all the way. I'm just looking up. So that's what we're looking at. And then today I need to go and get some dirt. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I just live here, you know. I just live here. So we're gonna see how it turns out for the day, if it's gonna rain or not. But if it does rain and I don't have to water them, depends on how much it rains. If it does not rain, then of course I gotta go out there and water them today and give them some time to do what they do. But I believe it may definitely rain on today. If so, just let us be able to get out there and get what we need to get done tomorrow, and then let it pour down as much as it want to. That's the goal. But you know, God have God plans. So once you get in tune with the plan God got, then you're just like, all right, cool, you got it. Say less, cause I'm about to go in here and lay down and go to sleep. But to lay down and go to sleep. So it is what it is there. But what's been going on with you all? What's life like at this moment in time? With everything, like, we are really in the age of knowing too much. Too much. I seen an interview with Michelle Obama, and it was like, it is the such thing as knowing too much, and it is. And I have been going through that like the last week or two. It's that feeling of like, bro, when you tuned in like that and you just know too much stuff sometimes about different things and in different ways, and you get to see different, it's just like, bro, goodness. It's like, what is going on? What is going on? You still gotta ask yourself, what's going on? But no, it's just a thing where you just gotta like take it back. Like, give me a minute, because this is, give me a second, okay? Give me 1 second. But you gotta navigate through it, you know what I mean? You can always ask to know less. You can always ask to know less, but like, it's just a lot for real though, that it is happening in motion. But a lot of it is things that, a lot of those things are things that we really don't know too much about. We may have a part of the story, a great chunk of the story, but then it's like the minute details, or trying to tell you that's what's here, or you only know minute details and you don't know the bigger picture. So with social media, with articles, if you read the full article, with people, word of mouth is a mother lover. So yeah, girl, everything just everywhere, just, that's why again I just speak from my experience. I have no problem with referencing where I got certain information from, but again, I told y'all, I'm in that space where research is key for me. Some things I just don't care to know about. I just know it works. I don't even care to know how it works. Some things I care to know how it works or why it does not work. In this life, there are certain things that you'll never have a definite answer to until you reach a certain phase. So certain debates and certain conversations I just don't like to have. Then some, I'm just like, well, listen, the only thing I can give you is my point of view. I can't say you wrong. I can't say I'm right over you. And you can't say I'm wrong. Well, you can. You can do whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to feel how I feel. You know, I still believe what it is I believe. But I am always open though to have certain conversations, especially if it is going to be a conversation that pushes us forward. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where we both go into it like, hey, I can't 100% say this is a fact. I can't bring this to your front door and say, here, and duplicate it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So everything has its limit, even still, in its extent that it can reach. But at the end of the day, everything is true in its own way. You know? So that's why I don't get too deep off of certain conversations. No need to, because people will sometimes only listen to, or only take in, or only hear what they want to hear. And some people like living in delusion. And you may say, I'm one of those people. And that's fine. That's fine. It's okay. You might be living in a delusion too. We all. This is an illusion. So, you know. So many unanswered things. But I think the things that have been explored and experimented and just dabbled in, played around with, are some interesting things. So I'm well versed. Listen, I might say a word right and wrong, okay? Just so you know. Like, because this just be flowing, okay? So yeah, as I was saying, I got interrupted. Give me 1 second, because they're just like... So, oh, that's what I was saying. I research and I look into, like, explore a lot of different, I guess you would say, ideology. A lot of different thought processes. That's what I'm going to say. A lot of different content, man. Like, I just like exploring the internet. I always like learning something new or discovering something new. And then sometimes I'm just trying to pass the time by, so I'm going to, listen to something else. So, yeah. But I encourage everyone to do a little research and to just learn new things, explore new things. Certain things exist that you have no clue about. And sometimes you really have to think outside of the box. Like, start thinking about things you never really thought about. Just start researching. You know what I mean? And I know it may be exciting to you. I know it might be exciting to you, but the reality is your partner, your mother, your father, your kids, your aunts, your uncles, your best friend, your coworker, they might not care. Okay, they don't give two rabbits bouncing on a bouncy ball in a bounce house. They don't care. So once they give you the first sign, we start trying to tell them, and they give you that first sign of what you talking about. About just got strangled. Goodness, man. When they tell you, or give you that first sign that they don't care, just let them be. Just let them be. But you keep looking it up on the big screen, doing your thing. They're going to get interested because they know. See, they gonna get interested. That just always took me out of here. Cause girl, I remember when I used to be just looking up different stuff around different people, and it's just like, bro, what did you watch? What did you watching? But you're invested. You ain't about to sit down and watch it, but you're invested in knowing what I'm about to watch or what I'm watching. So yeah, people are funny, man. People are funny. But yeah, explore new things. Explore new things. Explore different thoughts outside of your own thoughts, your perspectives. So yeah, you know, that's all I got for today right now. Cause it's crazy in here. I had the air down to like 69. By the time it was time for me to wake up, it was down to 69. So, yeah. But alright, y'all be good. Y'all be easy. Hope you all have a wonderful, magnificent day. Or if you're seeing this later, hope your day was great. Yup. So, y'all be easy for real. And we have made it to day 5. And I know it's a holiday Monday, but I'm recording on Monday. Okay? Okay? Alright. I'm telling you now. Because I have to keep the flow going. But anyway, it's about to get ready to tap out on me. So y'all be good. Y'all be great. And love y'all. We all need some love. I love y'all. My guys, my gals, as they say.